Some call it the Oscars of the photonics industry. We'll take you down the white carpet to the Prism Awards for Photonics Innovation, this week on Light Matters.
I think everyone in the room, there's the reason we do what we do. Part of the reason we do what we do is because we all have the ability to potentially impact the world with photonics, and it's a really exciting time for us. So thank you, and it's such a pleasure to share it with the entire room.
INRAD Optics CEO Amy Eskelsen summed up the feelings of optimism and cooperation on display earlier this month at the Prism Awards, where 9 light-based technology products were recognized for impacting the world in areas from infection treatment to homeland security and even household security. This is Light Matters for February 25th, 2015. I'm James Lowe.
And I'm Rod Pedrati. This week on the show, we'll take you back to San Francisco, where the 7th Annual Prism Awards singled out the brightest ideas in the photonics industry. The awards are sponsored by SPIE and Photonics Media, and the winners are chosen by an independent panel of experts.
Several of the winning products this year were born of collaborations between companies, something VTech Sales Director Dr. Klaus Wieshaupt underscored after accepting the Prism Award in the Metrology Instrumentation category.
I think the second thing where I'm really proud on is that we proved that a collaboration of 2 high-tech companies brings technology to the market. Yeah? You don't need to have a multi-billion company to get new technology into the market.
Headquartered in Germany, VTech partnered with Tescan Orsay of the Czech Republic to develop the RISE microscopy system, which combines Raman and scanning electron imaging for analysis of biological and geological samples, as well as semiconductor inspection. VTech won another Prism Award in 2012 for a confocal Raman imaging microscope.
And in the imaging category, the winner was a thermal camera add-on for smartphones developed by Raytheon and Seek Thermal of California. It's one of at least 2 such products that entered the consumer market in 2014 and marketed as a tool for hunters, do-it-yourselfers, and people who want to keep tabs on activity outside their homes after dark.
Meanwhile, Intel, Corning, and US Connect collaborated on an optical fiber connector for data centers capable of handling up to 1.6 terabits per second. They took home the award in the Optical Components category.
And Lux Excel of the Netherlands, which recently announced a partnership with Edmund Optics, won in the additive manufacturing category for its approach to 3D printing plastic lenses and other optical components.
Anatoly Gradunin, a CEO of Fienium of England, tipped his hat to the research community when accepting an award for his company's white laser supercontinuum laser.
We look at this award as recognition not only of our company. 10 years ago, this laser did not exist. Because it was just normal lasers. And all hard work made by researchers like Philip Russell, Bob Alfano, who demonstrated first supercontinuum, professors from Bath University, they laid foundation for these fantastic bright lasers.
INRAD Optics of New Jersey won the Prism Award for materials and coatings with its still beam scintillation crystals, which glow in the presence of fast neutron radiation. What gives still beam an edge over other materials is that it doesn't respond to gamma rays, meaning a detector built on still beam is less likely to give false positives.
INRAD is working with Lawrence Livermore National Lab and the Department of Homeland Security to develop the crystals into security systems to be used at about 600 ports of entry. We caught up with INRAD Vice President George Murray on the exhibition floor at Photonics West, and he told us more about the crystals.
The still beam material is so critical to national security for nuclear detection. It has always been around for about 50 years, but has never been made in a producible fashion in large apertures, and we innovated the growth technology to produce larger apertures. Now it's about integrating the electronics, the sensors, the software, and the user interfaces so we can produce full-scale products that can be turnkey.
Also at Photonics West, we spoke to Trevor Ness from IPG Photonics of Massachusetts, which won a Prism Award for its new green industrial laser.
So this is a laser for a diverse set of applications that could encompass things from welding and cutting of highly reflective materials, solar applications, semiconductor wafer annealing, laser light shows, laser projectors. So opens up a wide portfolio of applications that have not been possible because this power in beam quality and green has not been available before anywhere in the photonics industry.
Ness said the laser enables welding with copper, silver, and gold, which are notorious for reflecting the infrared light of traditional laser welders. The system also has a head that's field replaceable and does not need cooling. IPG also won a Prism Award in 2011.
Bacterioscan of St. Louis was the winner in the Biomedical Instrumentation category. CEO Dana Marshall told us via Skype that the company's laser monitor system uses narrow-angle forward scattering to detect microbes in samples and determine their growth rate within about an hour.
What our instrument is being developed for first and being launched for in the clinical environment first is just the very simple process of, for a small hospital or a small clinical practice, put the raw urine in the instrument and see if anything grows. If something grows, that's a urinary tract infection. If nothing grows, it's not a urinary tract infection. And this allows small healthcare practices and small hospitals to avoid the cost and delay of shipping negative samples off to a central lab somewhere.
The device is also being used by organizations like the Centers for Disease Control to test how bacteria like anthrax and even the Black Plague respond to antibiotics. Versions of the device designed for clinical use are expected to hit the market in May.
And Marshall said that winning the Prism Award was an important validation for his company.
Because it's a really great independent recognition that what we're doing is different. It's not another nephelometer. It's a fairly new approach to instrumentation for microbiology, and so it's a really it's a great honor, and it's a very helpful to us in our goal of trying to improve the quality of instrumentation in microbiology.
A microspectrometer from Hamamatsu won in the Detectors and Sensors category. Before announcing the winner, financial services consultant Richard Capalbo regaled the audience with 4 tips for technology companies looking to be bought by larger firms. Set clear business goals, hire good lawyers, have a strong representative in the transaction, and one more pointer that got a knowing laugh from many in the audience.
The purpose of a business is finding and keeping good clients. Producing quality products that meet the needs of these clients most easily accomplishes that. This requires a repeatable process. So my first lesson is keep your scientists out of the clean room when you're during a production mode.
And that's it for this week's show.
And as always, we love to get your feedback, so drop us a line at lightmatters@photonics.com or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Thanks for watching. We hope you'll join us again next week on Light Matters.